Catus, Maximus here. Going on a bit of an adjustable wrench-a-thon, just because I've got into this habit of trying to find one example, not every size, but one example of every different manufacturer and stamping. And it was kind of a side quest, just as I ran into them. And as I started going through my adjustable wrench drawer, I was noticing that, wow, I have a lot of different brands. I'm eventually going to make a video, probably try to clickbait a little bit, calling it all the adjustable wrench brands. But I found several brands that I actually have not made any videos about and don't own a particular example. A lot of adjustable wrenches are now made in Spain, such as this channel lock, chrome vanadium. This happens to be a little 8-inch unit here. Kind of an interesting adjustable wrench. It does have a flared out wide handle, which I do like. Kind of squared off at the end, which I also don't mind. It adds a little bit of distinction. One thing I will say is that these jaws are pretty sharp, pretty thin towards the tip, and I think that's kind of their thing, to try to allow you to get them in slightly tighter spaces. But as we can see, most adjustable wrenches just have a little bit more material. This happens to be a Swedish-made Williams here. I'll talk about that in the next video. And to give you an idea, that's also becoming a little bit more common. One thing, adjustable wrenches aren't designed to be used as hammers. There are ones like this, which do have hammering surfaces, but it just beats them up. Anyway, if we do compare to the Swedish-made, I think that's a Baco Williams, we can see that they're copying that design, where it's kind of a thin neck and then the handle flares out. Other than that, we'll do the usual tests. And this isn't the best test, but one thing you can do to really see how well the broaching is versus the parallelism of the broaching versus the machining of this top surface is just to simply open the wrench up, see how much wobble you get. It's really not too bad here. And then close the wrench down and see how much wobble. It's a little bit tighter down there, so there is a slight amount of taper. It kind of goes like this, but just a microscopic amount. One thing I do appreciate about this channel lock is we are using, indeed, buttress threads. That's tapered on one side and flat on the other. That just adds a bit of extra strength. One other thing, it only seems Crescent does that, I'll start reminding people, you always pull towards the moving jaw. You actually want the pressure of the fastener on the top of the moving jaw kind of causing it to want to rock over, because it's actually stronger in that direction than have it pushing this way, because then it's pushing against this, which is really loading up the threads of the thumb screw. And that's why they advise you not to do that, is because it did ding the thumb screw and then it wants to get caught and not run very smoothly. And any decent adjustable wrench will actually have a spring in the thumb screw, so we can press on that and see how it returns, and that just adds a little attention. That was their kind of a cheaper attempt to prevent them from wanting to loosen up when you're putting on a fastener, adjusting, putting on a fastener, turning. Of course, Proto and Challenger had the click lock, where they actually had a ball detent in there, and that was really one of the best solutions. And of course, we'll take a look at the symmetry here. It looks like it's broached nice and even, ground pretty evenly. Overall, it seems like actually a pretty decent wrench. A lot of companies are making their adjustable wrenches in Spain, including like Right Tools. It's just not exactly sure what happened there, but some manufacturer is really being very competitive with the contract manufacturing. And one last note, even though they did stake it to prevent that screw from backing out, we can see it does have a screw. You can get in there with a little file or a little Dremel bit if you do want to rebuild this, and just grind out those two little edges that have been flared out. Remove the screw and you can fully rebuild it. So anyway, that was my little video, the Channel Lock 808 8-inch adjustable wrench. Really appreciate everybody who's been watching and subscribing, and if you haven't subscribed, please do. Till next time, Catus Maximus out.